Hello, beautiful Scorpio. Welcome to your reading. If you're new here, I am Divine Light and I'm so happy you have joined me today. In this reading, we will dive into the energies of your next 3 months, and this is going to be a general overview, but when it comes to tarot, we're going to divide it up to the subjects. So it's going to be about home, work, love, and finances. And if you go out and enjoy this message, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit subscribe. That way we can continue to grow and shine together. Let's dive into your coffee cup first and see what's happening there. I see there's a pathway opening here towards the 3rd month timeline, but the thing I see here is there's somebody waiting for you at the end of it. Maybe someone wearing a cloak. They have like a long hat. The head kind of reminds me of a head of a crow. The crows are really smart animals, but the thing is they're associated with like dark energies. But that's not the case actually. Animals don't really have negative intentions. The crow can be someone highly intuitive. Also, maybe they have like a message from the other realms. Okay, they can hear. This person might be that kind of a personality that they can receive messages from other dimensions basically, and or maybe from past lives, other people. Maybe even, sometimes people talk to your future soulmates and stuff. It can be someone like that. But can also be highly successful character. It doesn't have to be this person's using these powers to only have spiritual things, doing spiritual things. Maybe they're actually utilizing it at the work that they're doing, and which can be extremely useful. Maybe you're in financial field and someone who can actually foresee the future. It can be extremely useful. It can be someone like that too. So it seems like you're heading towards it, or you're heading towards becoming this person, maybe increasing your intuitive, following your intuitive nudges more and increasing that area, like growing it more. That's why the path is leading you there at the end of it, okay? But there's still some time for it. When it comes to 1st month, there's a small pathway opening into landing you on a highway. And can you see all these eyes staring at you? The deck that I'm going to use right now, we have this many eyes on a 9 of Swords. This can be, I feel like this is not the eyes that you have. Dinosaurs, the eyes are on the lady. So these are the eyes looking at you. You are heading towards a new dimension, a new direction, which is leading you a higher level, which we have a massive ship here that you're getting on. And the massive ship can be a cruise ship for some of you, or this can be a bigger company, a massive company that you're going to become a part of. This also has some like loot on it. So this ship might have material satisfaction on it as well. I even see like a smiling mouth right here. But the thing is though, it's not like a direct path you're going to travel towards this thing. There is another pathway that you need to take in, even though the people may be trying to tell you don't go, or everybody's like staring and watching at what you're doing. So this might be also about facing the fear of visibility. If you have any like fears like that, if you don't like to be seen, if you don't like to be in front of like people, seems like this is going to also trigger a lot of that, because you're going to be in front of a lot of eyes, and some of them, I don't see the evil eye, but it can also bring evil eye energy, which can cause you to feel tired all the time, which can feel like you're clumsy, like you're actually breaking things, making mistakes about things. But the thing is, as soon as you become aware, oh, there's such thing, an energy on me, it can actually break its bond. Okay, and prayer is also a good way to break the bond. Another thing I see here, there's somebody lying down towards the 2nd month. They're actually becoming clear, but the 1st month also. But I don't think this lying down energy is not a surprise to you. Lying down can be indicative of someone being not feeling good, or maybe taking a rest from situations. And right behind them, there is a cow right there, maybe a Taurus energy holding a cross in their hand. So Taurus can be a hierophant, an authority, a priest, someone who is maybe even as an authority we can take as a doctor approaching this person lying down here. Lying down doesn't have to be specifically indicate of someone like in a hospital bed. It can also symbolize, because there's a mountain right here turning into a flower though when you move forward. There might be actually there's a big obstacle in front of you or something big that you're getting ready for. And that might be actually making you feel tired or exhausted, or like even looking at it makes you feel like discouraged and putting you down. But the thing is like putting your courage, like maybe taking your courage away. So the thing is, the cow is coming forward. Cow can be someone mental help, physical help, someone who gives you maybe vitamins, or someone like that with an authority coming in and helping you get back up on your feet. Okay, so if help is coming in and they're showing up out of nowhere, this can be someone even in your family, your friends who loves you and supports you. Take the help, because what's going to happen is the mountain that you're looking at is actually turning into a beautiful flower. It is going to turn into a beautiful blessing. So it can be something looking like an obstacle that you're avoiding. But when you take the challenge, when you actually discover what it is, when you get closer to the target, basically, you're going to realize that it's a big flower. It's not a big mountain. And I see within the second month, you're actually getting up right there, like taking the help from the cow, the Taurus. I said the Taurus energy, but it can be an earth sign, grounded person. And the Hierophant came to me. Hierophant is an authority in their field most of the time. That's why I felt like this person, it doesn't have to be specifically a doctor. It can be even someone like a fitness instructor who's actually helping you get back into shape. It can be something like that too. And then the ship arrives here. You're getting up. You're showing your ticket to the ship. You're telling them, I'm right here. Let's get on and get going. This is the second month. On top of the ship, there's a key right there. So the ship, if this is a company, key can be indicative of your own place, your own room in that space. And another thing here, key, I mean, I don't know if the ships actually work with a key. You turn on, you put it in ignition. Maybe you're going to be the captain of the ship. Okay, this can be that kind of like a massive offer. This kind of reminds me of, if you have seen the depiction of the Noah's Ark, it kind of reminds me of that shape. Okay, this can even be indicative of you finding yourself in an environment that there are a lot of different types of people, a lot of different types of energy, but they're going with the same idea, following the same vision. And in Noah's Ark, the vision was survival, but I feel like here, it's not only that. This is going to be also continuation of a project, like make something actually come to life and make it live. Biology comes to me, maybe like in a lab, if you're working in a lab, this can also be like a research that you're going to be attending, holding the key in your hand, or the key will be given to you. You might be the one opening the doors, locking the, the things, the specimens and all that stuff. It can also be like an office that you're like, have the key to it. I told that, but it keeps coming to me. So I see there's a heart shape here. So when you enter into it, it has a very good vibe. It can be like environments. Like I feel it's a closed environment, but the thing is, after you get out of it, or maybe if you keep being inside of it, I see letter I here. It can be in the name of this place. There's a paper showing up, clean paper, maybe an approval, maybe a contract, maybe something for the long term. We have a little pit bull under it, which is a protective dog, which has a beautiful ring on top of it. Okay, so this is actually disconnecting from that, connecting to something new, but it has some relation to do with it. So this can be a space that you're going to enter in, and you're going to have a lot of confidence, gain a lot of confidence. When you do, you're maybe even attracting someone very loyal, protective, loving. And pit bulls, I don't really feed, I don't have dogs, but from what I'm observing from the owners, like if they're trained well, they're really good companions. Okay, very supportive and loving companions. And I even saw one wearing pajamas the other day. It was so cute. So this can be someone who's coming up with an offer, a new ring, a new commitment, okay? It's someone that really wants to be around you, showing up, because I feel like the confidence here is going to help you attract this person who, like, the more you trust yourself, believe in yourself, the more you're going to attract people. They are aligned in that energy. This person has a massive cup in front of it, even though the ring on top of their head is small. Cup indicates they have a lot of things to offer, emotional things to offer. And the ring symbolizes they have a material thing to offer. And the diamond ring doesn't have to be, box size. It's just, the diamond rings are actually, even the smallest one is valuable. But the biggest one is not that big either. Okay, so it is either way something valuable this person is offering to you. The contract on top of it, contract can be a social contract, meaning that maybe something that you're going to agree upon with this person, and you're going to make a pact in between you, but it's not really a conventional thing. And there is a cap on it, so you're putting actually, like, maybe even sealing it very well. Another thing I see when I get closer here, I see like those Christmas stockings, which is towards the timeline is December right here. Oh, this is October, November, and December, the third month in December. And there's an angel coming in to bless it too. You see the angel's wing here, which has also a cup in his hand. And so this can be maybe even after agreeing on the terms, maybe you're going to actually make a deal with this person, and you're going to start preparing for Christmas, okay? Or maybe the New Year's. It doesn't have to be religious activity. It can be like preparing for the New Year's. And but the thing is, if you have doubt, is this a situation that I should pursue? Because the paper is light colored, so I feel like it is a light thing. The angel is blessing it. It is a beautiful thing that is actually going to, maybe if you have any questions about it, divine answers will come. And this can be showing up as synchronicities. This can be showing up the needs getting fulfilled spontaneously, and receiving gifts from unexpected sources, supports, promotions, money. Can be something like that is your sign, okay? When it comes towards the end of the year, I see there's a clean paper again. There's a pathway opening. The eyes are coming back. So you're doing something to attract attention to yourself again here, which is good. I like that, because like if you have a product, if you have a service, if you have the mountain turns into flower right there. If you have something that people need to see, and that you need some eyes on that thing. So it seems like you're going to get that eyes, but this time these are going to be positive eyes, not the eyes are watching you and maybe asking, oh, what is this person doing kind of eyes, okay? I see there's a person here, like a dog, actually talking to a child. The dog is wearing a gown. And this can be symbolizing, again, a loyal personality, but also the dog energy is overall loyalty to the cause. Maybe this person is someone who is loyal to something that they believe in. Maybe it's something related to children. Okay, maybe they have, like, we're working in UNICEF, or maybe some other, like a child institution, or this can be you actually, like, committing yourself to a cause which has younger energies, which is maybe supporting youth. Okay. This can also be like a New Year's Eve activity that you're going to pick up, maybe something that you're going to do for ending the year on a good note to help others. So this is actually also a lovely thing if that's something that you're considering. But this can also be someone doing that activity and there's a gateway under them. Maybe this is like, that's why I feel like this can be inside of a building happening. Maybe you're going to enter into that building and feel the vibes, what's happening in there, okay? And let's dive into your saucer now. If you have a specific question, a desire, an intention, hold it in your mind. I see here, okay, there are two leaps, like there are two jumping, like kind of, just navigation pathways, but one of them is a big whale, a massive fish. This can be within the first month, again, an opportunity coming to you. We saw the ship, now the ark. Now we see a massive whale, the Moby Dick. So it can be an opportunity for you to actually like hunt this big whale. Your desire coming in two different stages. We have two different phases here. It can require approval from two different institutions. And the whale that you're going to be hunting can be a lifelong goal, a big thing. Okay, so we have tears of joy. I have some crumble coming here. This is actually small gifts, small opportunities also showing up. So like maybe if you have a product, maybe some of the small stuff are selling, even if you're feeling like, oh, this is the small stuff. I feel like this is actually a reason for you to realize that you have bigger stuff as well. So this is something that to be grateful for, so you can actually see other things, the big things coming forward as too. There's a second desire coming from unexpected sources. And this one here, this kind of reminds me like a crow actually opening its wings. This can be also an eagle. This leap, now I can see the leap is about freedom. Okay, freeing yourself from a situation, or like flying really high basically. So that I feel there's a second tears of joy, a desire coming forward. Maybe something that you're accomplishing here in the beginning of the month, receiving some big blessing, will give you an idea for a higher desire you have, a bigger desire that you have. And it seems like you're actually opening your wings. It's not really you're jumping off basically right away from the cliff, but you're opening your wings and testing the air. Okay, is it okay? Can I fly here? This can be also about home situation. If you want to maybe move, like their tears of joy keep falling. I never seen such thing before. Like this is the fourth one. So you're not going to just open your wings and stay there. It seems like the path is opening. You see the air is clearing and you're starting to fly. But it's going to take a couple, maybe months, okay? I see maybe there's a person right there. There's a woman. She's wearing glasses and she has a pumpkin hat. I'm going to say this is October because the pumpkin time, basically. And she has also a bird in front of her. The bird kind of reminds me of turkey. And I see here also a turkey. October, November. I think November is the Thanksgiving. I'm not living in America, so I used to, but I don't. Sometimes I miss the dates of these things like that. It can be something that related to that, but also in like the New Year's have turkey tradition in some countries as well. So this can be preparing for the New Year's coming forward. Also, as a symbolic meaning, turkey symbolizes fertility, and there's a woman here wearing a pumpkin hat. This can also be, now I'm thinking maybe if you're going after, like if your desire is fertility, growth, maybe in the family you want to have that. This can be someone who has knowledge, a doctor, a professional. Pumpkin hat can be symbolizing that they're being actually resourceful because pumpkin comes with a lot of seeds, and also they have a lot of connections. They are very creative. And also because they're wearing like the pumpkin, you see like the top of the pumpkin as a hat. Maybe this is someone who has also a fun attitude. They're not really boring or stressing or pessimistic. This one is an optimistic person. And they're looking at the turkey, the bird. I see a letter E in their first name or in the last name. There's a turkey, another turkey here too. So that's maybe even their research. That's what they do. Maybe they can give you a very good idea. But take it as in a general sense. You don't have to limit it to one subject when it comes to fertility. You can take it as the growth in business, in life, in overall areas that you are focused on right now. And I even see a star here, a North Star around her. So this can be someone really dedicated to the work that they are doing, and they have like a cut clear destination that they're going. And this can also be indicative that desire, that destination that they have is going to be helpful for you to get your own manifestations too. Okay, let's see what's happening when it comes to your tarot. We're going to start with your home and with the first month, and then move on from there. Let's see what's happening in the home, in the family. This can be also like close family members. Let's see. We have Three of Pentacles, which is a very good card here because it seems like you're not going to be alone within the first month. The people are going to show up. And now I feel, because this is home environment, we're going to look into work too. People are going to show up. They're going to support you. You're going to do excellent job with them. This can be at home. Maybe you're trying to build something, renovate something, and you need help. And it seems like their necessary information, necessary people, support, they're all going to be there for you. And the Three of Pentacles not only indicates like teamwork makes the dream work, and there's going to be a great job that you're going to take care of, handle. It can also symbolize putting out their excellent outcome, creating an excellent outcome with the expertise that these people are bringing together. So it's overall a good sign, okay? When it comes to work, Eight of Pentacles is telling me you're going to learn something new about work. This can be a new seminar or a work trip that you're going to go. Maybe there's going to be like a 3-day, like a seminar comes to mind again, teaching, learning experience. It can be something like that. Another thing though, when you're learning, you're going to be actually also putting out their excellent work. Okay. So this is an upgrade. This is an improvement. We're going to see the clarifiers as well about this, but this is an improvement at your work. So if this is something that you're dreading, that's maybe the mountain looking in front of you. We saw in the cup. It is going to turn into flowers. So do not, I said resented, but I was going to say resisted. So maybe you're resenting it too, because sometimes when you have so many things to do and somebody puts on top of it one more thing, even though it sounds like a fun thing, but if you're overwhelmed, it may be a lot of like a weight on your shoulders. The thing is though, it seems like it is going to be a good and metamorphosis experience for you. It's going to turn things around. You see the caterpillar actually turn into a beautiful butterfly with this information. When it comes to love, there's a new idea coming in. This can be if you already have a relationship, maybe there's an idea, inspiration, something coming to you or to your partner to really hype things up. But this can also be, if you have been alone for a long time, this can be an idea to turn things around, change things around, maybe even change your perspective about the way you're looking at the relationships. Maybe you didn't want the relationship for a longest time, but now you're changing your perspective and saying, you know what, that would be nice to have someone compatible and to celebrate the Christmas, celebrate the New Year's together, or the Thanksgiving, or do another activity, and maybe another like attending to Oktoberfest, so it can be something like that happening here, that your mind is changing, a new bright idea is coming to you when it comes to relationship. And when it comes to finances, you are actually going to make a very logical decision about your finances. Okay, Queen of Swords have compassion, love, but also she's extremely stoic as well. She's not as stoic and cut clear as the King, but she is approaching situations with a compassionate attitude. However, also she's logical. So now you're deciding about how to handle your finances in a very logical way. And you might be asking, what can that be? Maybe there's some expenses that are unnecessary, like maybe you're paying to a certain streaming service that you never watch. You're going to be like, okay, I'm going to cut that off. And compassion indicates that maybe you're going to come together. If there are other people benefiting from that, you're going to let them know, okay, this is going, I'm letting you know, this is going to go. Okay, prepare yourself. King of Swords will be like, oh, I cut this off. He wouldn't even allow people to know. They will just realize and find it out by themselves. But I feel like you're going to be actually gentle about that. You're going to let them know this is going. And so let's see the clarifiers here. That was an example to cut things off, but also this can also be something that you're planning to invest in. I see that Knight of Pentacles just want to jump out, and you might be even like letting people know about that, or not even letting know. It's just slowly approaching into that investment. Okay, Three of Pentacles comes with the Knight of Swords. It's a fast energy, so when you bring people together at home, This can be also construction. That's what's coming into my mind when I say home, but this can also be moving because it's a fast energy, movement with the Knight of Swords. If that's the case, you're going to actually do this really fast. Butterflies again indicates metamorphosis. Birds right here symbolizes the communication. So this is not going to be disconnected. The 3 people, 4 people, the team is going to be fully connected and communicating while they're taking care of business. When it comes to work, we have the Tower, 8 of Pentacles. Okay, what's going to happen? I feel like here, while you are maybe on a taking a seminar, you're taking care of things, you're learning something new, there might be on the background some people are falling off from top of the tower, maybe demotions, or some people are getting let go, and some crises are happening on the top of the tower, okay, as you can see. But I feel like this is going to be actually, that's what you're going to realize. Oh, they were making me take these classes or making me learn these subjects because somebody is going to, rebuild the tower and manage the tower back again. So it can be a good opportunity. I feel like if the tower is happening, it's not really going to affect you in a negative sense, okay? It is going to be a structure that doesn't work, maybe on a higher level. People are not doing their job, they're not working properly, or this can even be if you have your own business. Maybe there is a structure that doesn't work. When you take the classes, when you learn more, when you do expand your vision, grow, and become more an expert at your work, you're going to realize, oh, okay, this part doesn't work. This tower has to crumble down. I need to take take it down and rebuild it again. That can be also a self-decision, okay? And decisions is made by self, okay? Anyways, so it's like a self-controlled demolition. Ace of Swords comes with the Ace of Cups when it comes to love. Some of you, like I said, if you already have a relationship, there's going to be a new spark coming in, new idea, maybe an adventure. But Ace of Swords is not more compared to Wands. It is more of doing something intellectual together that feeds your soul, okay? And maybe a romantic, intellectual bringing together. It's more of an intimate thing happening here. Ace of Cups can be, we have by the way, upside down M, kind of looks like W. It's your win right there. Someone might be coming in with a beautiful love offer, guys. It is actually this shining brightly. I love that. And there's I was gonna say tulips. I forgot what these are called. Lilies, pond lilies, I think. So it is going to have a lot of really cute and heartwarming things in it when it shows up. I feel like you're going to really feel good about this thing. Let's see what the finances show up. Yeah, you're making a smart decision. King of Wands can be a fire sign in your life when it comes to financial issues. This can be someone, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, someone established, but the thing is they're innovative. This can be someone who has entrepreneur spirit. And I feel maybe you might have some conflict with this person. Maybe they want to go try something different with the financial situation. They want to go explore new things. You might be saying, you know what, that's not what we're going to do. We're just going to sit here and we're just going to manage the finances for the next 3 months, the first month especially. Then we will look to see the adventurous stuff. So I don't see there's an opposition here, but look at these cards. They're looking both different pathways. But if you put it like that, yeah, you're looking into the future, you're calculating the future, and this person is looking at you, maybe asking for approval. I want to see one more. Are you going to give them approval? Oh no, you're going to tell them, you know what, let's plan it out and see in the future what we can do. Okay, let's not jump into the things that we don't see the future about it, because you're looking at the future, okay? And this can even be a recent future, a close future that you are planning for something better, something different, okay? Let's see now your month 2. What's coming on at home? Oh, 9 of Wands. There's the new, 2 horses running really fast is a good sign. It seems like here there's going to be movement. Moving maybe, or movement. Movement in the sense of You might receive some guests coming in. They might stay over, celebrate with them. You might go somewhere. Maybe you're not going to stay at home. You're going to go on an adventure. You're going to explore new things. It seems like the home life is looking very well. I like that. And and there's going to be adventure. And I don't know, for some of you might be receiving gifts, house plants. That's like the vision coming to my mind. Maybe some of you are receiving those kind of like a house plants, and that might give you an idea to maybe create a garden or glass house. That's not what it's called, but like summer garden or winter garden. It can be something like that. Okay. When it comes to work, we have 2 of Wands again. So the Tower actually is going to give you the world, okay? The world in your hands. So whatever this demolishing happening here, I said this can be controlled. You're going to have the whole world in your hands. You're going to have opportunity to plan new things. That's why I feel like even this tower actually crumbles down, you're not really going to have a problem with it. It is going to give you the chance to rebuild things, reorganize things. That's why maybe you're going to become an authority of the situation. So you're going to be the managing of the things. That's why you have the world in your hand. Then you're going to have the chance to, plan it out again. And let's see what's in love. The Hierophant. Hierophant can symbolize, guys, because it's the authority, can be symbolizing marriage. And this can be, I heard somewhere that there's something called common law marriage. If you live with a person for a long time, for a certain amount of time in certain states in America, that is counted as marriage. So it seems like this can be something like that. I don't know why this come to me. But it just came to me, and it's a very strange thing. However, it's a great thing especially for women, because we do not really step into relationships with, most of the time. I'm not going to talk about generally, considering the material stuff. We like to be loved and nurtured, and we like to love and nurture. So this can be something happening. If this is something good in your life, but I feel like if this is a new love coming in, if this is not a sparking of the old love, this can be a sudden decision to move in together, make things official, okay, exposing it to the world, telling people, okay, we're going to be together, we love each other, kind of like an energy here, like really making things official kind of shows up right here for you with the second month. And when it comes to the finances, you're making the right decision here by pushing the brakes, because it seems like there's another opportunity coming here for you within the second month, which is going to make things right. This can even be, you see the scales, what you put out is what you get back. So you might even find a good opportunity to invest in something, which when you invest in, it is going to actually come back in a very honest and good way. So the thing about justice, though, because she's holding the sword, she is the god of justice, she wants to make things fair and even. So this is going to be an even earn. This is not going to be something like, oh, get rich quick kind of a thing. It is going to maybe even a long-term investment turning into a good outcome, or this can be like something that you put in, the energy that you put in comes in the same amount. Okay, it's not like massive thing, but the best thing about it is, this is guaranteed. Okay, rather than having like 2 birds in the air, having 1 bird next to you is a good thing. I don't know if there's a term in English, it's a translation from my language. That's what they say, like having your 1 bird is better than having 2 birds in the air that you don't even know if you're going to be able to catch. Okay, so for the second month energy, the justice showing up. Another thing about the finances, if your finances are tied to any legal situation, it can be also resolving on your highest benefit. Okay, let's see the clarifiers here. With the Knight of Wands, you have Knight of Wands, guys. So much excitement, so much activity happening. And so maybe there's a move even happening for some of you, but there's a new adventure coming in. It's going to be fiery. It's going to be action filled. It is going to be maybe going on a new adventure with the household, the home, the people, the friends, the ones that are close to you. And it's going to be something really, maybe even igniting your passion. Maybe you are actually creating a place in your house that is going to have a lot of action in it. that you will invite people over, you will have some fun. It sounds like very good, passionate thing is gonna start to happen at home. Another thing we have here, Five of Cups with the Two of Wands. So you might start to plan some things out for your work, but I feel like here, when you do, what's gonna happen is some things might not really go the way you want it to be. Okay, Three of Cups indicates that, like the three cups that are spilled, it seems like, oh, these are the things that didn't really work out. But you see this green juice, this red, and here burgundy. I heard from some other reader that these were actually poison. If these were meant for you, you would drink them already. You have your two cups lined up. There's a bridge right here taking across to your castle. So if you're feeling like when you make a decision at work or plan some things out and the plans do not really work out the way you want it to be, take your gains, because these are not your losses. These were just things, they weren't really going to work for you. This can even be maybe you are actually figuring out a formula of making things easier, but this can actually increase your work because you invented it. It can be something like that too, that you will see at the end, oh, okay, that wasn't actually it was a good idea, but it wasn't good for me because everybody was going to actually put all their work on top of me. Yeah, you see that you're actually, what's going to happen afterwards is you might be getting a promotion. You know why? Because he's actually elevated. You can see there's a river under him. He's above the mountains. So you are actually, what you're creating is going to put you on a higher level than others. That can be a little bit like threatening for them. So they are just coming to you with the sticks and they're saying, oh, why did you do that? But it seems like you're strong, you're powerful, you're on a higher level, you're defending your territory. It's not going to really maybe stress you out a little bit, but it's not really going to bother you. I see here Seven of Pentacles. Again, we have 7, 7. 7 is a lucky number. 7 is knowledge. So through this experience, I feel like you're going to learn a lot of things, but getting the results, maybe even seeing people understand why certain things that you're doing is going to take some time. And that can be a little bit frustrating for you. You might be wondering, is it going to worth it? What am I doing? And yeah, it is going to worth it, because Knight of Pentacles is your seeds are planted very carefully and they're going to bear fruit. Okay. So overall, the second month at work, you might have some misunderstanding, undesired results initially, but when you keep going with patience, 7 is like a lucky number, and the Knight of Pentacles is a lucky knight because he has a pentacle, he's rich, he has a land that he's planting seeds that actually is going to collect the crop. So you're going to be in a good position. This can even be, Knight of Pentacles indicates maybe getting a promotion, upgrade, or maybe a bonus. Okay. When it comes to love, we have the Page of Swords, the Hierophant. There's going to be communication coming forward from this person. And if you don't have the communication, I feel like here, you're going to make things official. And this person is not only going to make things official, because I feel like Hierophant, because even though he's a spiritual authority, Taurus might not be a very talkative energy, but the Page of Swords is. So this person is not going to keep this in the behind the closed doors. They're going to talk about how much they love you. And Nine of Swords coming in, okay, that can be a fear for you to be known that you're in a relationship or going into a new relationship and telling everyone and then maybe not working out is the fear. And that's going to come to surface, and the fear always comes to surface so you can clear it. Okay, so you can face it and see what it is, instead of projecting it to others and saying that's all your fault. Why are you telling everyone? I don't want to share this kind of things. Instead of that, looking at your swords and seeing like, what is this? You see, you're defeating the fear right here. Why am I feeling this? What happened in the past? In your quilt, you have all the roses, all the love that is necessary for you to not actually be a victim of the fear. Okay. We have, Queen of Cups is self-love, nurturing, understanding, and supporting, looking at yourself first, taking care of yourself first, and then the others. So you can overcome this Nine of Swords moment by going back inside of yourself and understanding why this is, and being gentle with yourself too, giving yourself some time. When it comes to the finances, we have Justice and the Magician. So what happens is there's something right, fair, good happening when it comes to finances. And what's going to happen, you're not going to leave it there. You see, she's holding the sword up, he's holding the magic wand up. You're going to take that and you're going to turn it into, alchemize it into whatever that you're desiring when it comes to financial gain. Okay, so that's what the magician does. He actually has all the tools in front of him, and even if he doesn't, because we're thinking, okay, he has all the tools in front of him, but he might have more. Okay, like we have, for example, a bed here, a quilt here, a horse here. He doesn't have the horse. Still, he has the basics, necessary stuff, and he utilized them very well to make magic happen. So that's going to be the situation here. You're going to be getting the fair, what's good for you, and then you're going to utilize it and create some magic when it comes to your finances. Okay, let's see the third month's energy. Let's shuffle it up and see what's coming forward within the third month. Okay. Home, King of Swords. Okay, the adventure, excitement, and afterwards you're gonna actually make a logical decision. We're gonna see what the decision is all about. King of Swords is the authority of the suit of swords. He has, this is actually kind of like a samurai in the garden. I don't know if you ever heard that quote. Instead of being a gardener in the war, I would rather be a samurai in the garden. So it seems like your life experiences or what you have been through about home situations is going to be extremely helpful for you to make decisions on the next step when it comes to housing, home, moving, family. Okay, and this is a stoic attitude. This doesn't involve much of an emotion, so you're gonna do what's mentally, logically right here. But the thing is, I see the rings on his finger. Rings symbolizes some feminine and gold, especially gold, feminine ideas. So this is not going to be only just a logical cut through decision that you're going to be making or the actions that you're going to be taking. You're going to also have some creative ideas flowing in there, okay? And the creative ideas can also be in the masculine sense. It doesn't have to be like a feminine and gentle creative ideas. It can be also masculine, but either way, this is going to be something, very high note. I feel like very high note, high energy, because you can make logical decisions when you're feeling comfortable, when you are actually like feeling secure and confident, okay? Let's see the work here. We have a star. Yeah, guys, this is your wish fulfillment. We get to like after the trials and tribulations, he's holding the pentacle, the star, and you're holding here the pentacle, the star. Is this Taj Mahal? Taj Mahal is actually dedicated to the wife of a person, the ruler. So the thing is here, this is your wish fulfillment, something that is going to happen. But the Taj Mahal, like I said, it's just after the fact. There's something that is being built. So the tower is demolished. It's gone. It kind of looks like a crown here too, like this top of it. This looks like this crown. So you're going to rebuild something, and this is going to be really strong. It's going to last through the ages. And I think it took like 30 years to build it. It doesn't have to take 30 years to build your Taj Mahal. However, this is going to be something that you're going to build strong. It's going to take time. It's going to be very detail oriented, and it is going to be your wish fulfillment. This can even be a project that you're working on. It is going to be completed. And with the Knight of Pentacles coming right before it, I feel like it is going to also bring some material satisfaction at work life. And in maybe if this is a company that you're working at, you can be looking at a bonus or upgrade. If this is something your own business or looking for a new job, this is going to be really a wish fulfillment for you, okay? Let's see the love. We have the High Priestess. When you turn into yourself and find what that fear is actually triggering you when it comes to love, your knowledge there are going to be a lot of knowledge starts to come out of you. The High Priestess is someone who's knowledgeable, highly intuitive. She is carrying the Torah in her hand in the original tarot, which symbolizes that she has a lot of knowledge. Maybe some of you not utilizing that, but it seems like when it comes to love, this is going to come to surface. You might be thinking, oh, what am I going to do with knowledge when it comes to love? First of all, self-knowledge. When you are actually reactive to a situation and offer a compliment, this will show you, oh, I'm reacting to it because of this and that. That's what I know about myself. And then this will also give you an idea if the other person is honest and sincere, you're going to be feeling it, sensing it. But this is not only coming from the senses of five senses of like animalistic things, because senses are formed with the experiences most of the time, that higher sense, that intuition sourced by the experiences that we have. So you're going to be using those experiences to understand this relationship and yourself better, which can be a good improvement when your attitude turns into, instead of help expecting other people to solve the problem, you become the problem solver or understander why the things are happening. So if there's no solution to a certain situation, then you can actually walk away with confidence without thinking, oh, we could have done this, we could have done that. You wouldn't have doubt about yourself. Okay, let's see. We're going to get clarifiers too. Finances, we have 5 of Wands. You're going to create something good. This can be an area of competition, conflict, and but I feel like maybe you're turning the conflict into opportunity, okay? Because there's a chess game happening here. So this is not regular conflict. This is like a very strategic conflict, competition, which you are playing the game here. This is a way different one than compared to the regular 501. So you are playing the game and you're playing it very successfully and turning some financial maybe situation into, like, it looks like a conflict or competition, into your benefit, okay? Benefiting from it. Let's see the King of Swords. My eye caught Page of Pentacles under it, so we're gonna go with that. 2 and the Queen of Wands. Seems like you're at home life. You're making a logical decision, managing things in a very careful way. This will give you a lot of confidence, feminine confidence, meaning creativity and moving with, like we have here the Black Cat. She doesn't care about what people thinks about her. So you're not going to really care about the being unconventional, even logical and unconventional. So this is going to be a really strong thing that you're going to be building at home. Page of Pentacles indicates money, abundance, resources, new things, new endeavors you're going to be stepping into, learning something new about home, maybe building a home, selling a home, buying a home. It can be redecorating, or even in home life, maybe you have conflict, resolving it. It is going to be like in your control. We have logic, passion, and like wealth coming all together, okay? When it comes to star, what we have here is the Lovers. Oh my gosh, these are like the best things. So I feel like here, some of you at work are building amazing stuff, and this is going to be your wish fulfillment. And the Lovers also the energy of alignment with a soul connected people that you're connected on the soul level. So it can be even at the workplace, you're attracting the right people into your life so you can actually work more efficiently. So I feel like this 5 of Cups is actually losing its power overall, and like those 3 different things that didn't really come the way you want it to be is actually getting healed by the Knight of Pentacles, the Star, and the Lovers. Okay, it's working much better. And when it comes to love, we have 3 of Wands. Okay, so when you utilize your intuition, you're going to carry the relationship or the situation from maybe dull to adventurous. And after 2 of Wands comes this 2 of Wands is planning. So it seems like you have been already planning something in your mind, how a relationship is supposed to be, or how you desire things to be. Because supposed to be actually puts us in a box. Okay, it just limits us. But when you're feeling like, instead of saying, I must do that, he must have that, she must do this, if you say, I want this to happen, I want this, then you actually open up space for expansion in love. Okay, in love, life, everything. And so the 3 of Wands is expansion coming in, relaxation, adventure, enjoyment, enjoying each other's company showing up here. Let's see the finances. Two of Cups is good. So, like, I felt this. Five of Wands, even though it seems like all competitive environment, I don't know what to do. You know what to do, exactly what to do here. You're going to intrinsically, deep down in there, you're going to know what it is. Two of Cups is symbolizing that this is going to be actually ending up in a beautiful way. We have here the Lion's Head, Leo, which is a leader energy here. So this is like your heart's leadership is going to get you to your heart's desire. Another thing we have, there's an equal exchange happening here. We have also the Staff of Hermes, which is a representative of creation, and the equal exchange happening. So it's not going to be, even though you have competition, the exchange is going to be equal. You're going to receive the energy you're putting out there. The planning, you come up with the planning, the justice, the magician energies that you're putting out there is going to actually yield massive, amazing, beautiful results. And not only that, Two of Cups also has the energy of emotional satisfaction. Okay, you're not only going to have material, because sometimes material things come in a way we say, oh, I wish it would come in a different way. I wouldn't want it to be in this negative circumstances. I feel like here this is going to be in a very positive circumstances that you will really feel emotional satisfaction with it too. You're going to feel really confident with it. You're going to feel very good with it. So it is going to really bring pleasure into your life rather than stress. Okay. Now we're going to look into the oracles we have. I have here wisdom of the hidden realms, which is going to show us what you need to know or see at this timeline. This full moon is staring at me. I don't know if you guys can see it. It is so bright on the deck. So it just keeps staring at me. Full moon is clearing the negative, what doesn't work for you anymore. What you need to see is the Metal King, the discipline, armor, boundaries. Okay. So discipline is important while you're going after any goal. Even if you're here, I feel like within the third month of December time, you're going to have the discipline to change things around when it comes to household. And also, where do we have the discipline? I feel like when it comes to justice, there's also with the Queen of Swords, there's a discipline as well. But the discipline doesn't mean putting on a shield and making yourself very rigid and not being able to move out of your space. Boundaries are important, yes. Boundaries can indicate that there is a limit that I have that you cannot cross. The boundaries doesn't mean that you control other people's behavior. Okay, so there is a difference between, and you are understanding that. That's what you need to know and see that. Also, your boundaries are not there to be actually violated. You actually standing behind them is strong, is important. But the armor part is important here too, because that's a negative part. This doesn't mean putting on a shield and lock yourself in a box and do not get out of it. Just, stay inside stuck. Okay. So you need to see and know that you can always expand. You can always change rules. You can always, put a boundary. Okay. That you don't have to change the boundary, but you can always put a rule and change it if it doesn't work at that moment for yourself. Okay, you don't have to limit yourself. And others, you need to consider, but discipline is important too. And discipline is not only disciplining your body, it is starting with your mind, your thinking, what you're thinking in your head. That also requires discipline. Okay, to pick your thoughts like you're picking your clothes. I think I heard from Bob Proctor. He said, if you would know your thoughts are actually has so much effect in your life, creating your life, you would pick your thoughts like you're picking your clothes very carefully, very detailedly. Okay, let's see, what do you need to focus on? We're going to pull a chakra here. Gratitude. I love this energy. I'm actually doing a 21-day meditation of gratitude. So it is really effective to turn things around, powerful. We have purple here. This is actually the third eye chakra. And we have High Priestess coming forward in the Department of Love right here. So it can be also signaling you to focus on the things you like, you love, about yourself, about others. Okay, that is going to bring more of that companionship, the more of the love that you desire. Also, another thing that I was listening to the other day, one of the podcasters, she said, instead of focusing on, oh, there's another bill to pay, think about what that bill actually provides you. Okay, focus on the gratitude of what you're getting, what's fair. Okay, so your maybe paying for your phone, but then you're talking to your family, you're talking to your loved ones, or you're doing business with the phone. And that's actually where you're getting your bread and butter. So focus on the positive side, and that's going to be the multiplier for the next 3 months. The gratitude is your keyword, okay? Let's pull overall one more advice for you for the next 3 months energies. I want to see, what is this? This is a furry, very beautiful carpet. I love this kind of stuff. It can be faux, it doesn't have to be real, but the thing is, they're very cozy and warm, okay? We have soften and open back into love all day long, all day long. And gratitude can be a good practice to feel that love of the universe, okay? All right, beautiful. That's all for today. I would like to thank you for joining me, and I wish you a magical day. Bye. Hey, beautiful. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel.